New Patriotic Party polling station election in the Ashanti region has been rocked with controversies. Now, polling station elections of the New Patriotic Party has actually been fraught with a number of issues of misunderstanding and disturbances in some of the constituencies in that part of the country. Some aggrieved members who have accused the constituency leaders of skewing the elections actually asking for something to be done urgently. This, they say, will actually cause disaffection towards the party in the next general elections if nothing is done. Nanaya Ojima has more in the following report.
The New Patriotic Party scheduled the election of polling station executives and electoral area coordinators for February 19 to March 5th, 2022, under the supervision of committees whose membership are specified. At Ejuso, aggrieved members of the party, clad in red, protested the election held on February 26th. They accused the party's leadership of failing to properly constitute the election committee and to communicate a date for the election. Acting First Vice Chairman speaks for 12 of the constituency executives and other aggrieved party supporters.
It was not only shocking but unbelievable when at exactly 7:22 a.m. the acting chairman was heard on Kesbin FM saying elections had been conducted in the constituency. According to him, the exercise began at 7 a.m. and ended by 7:22. That is unbelievable. At the time he was talking to the radio station, it was over in all the 205 polling stations across the constituency. So it took them 22 minutes to conduct elections at all 205 polling stations within the constituency.
In the 2020 presidential election, the New Patriotic Party garnered 68,724 votes against the NDC's 14,488 votes in the Ejuso. Mr. Chumesin team is worried the numbers will reduce for the NPP in the next election if emerging issues are not resolved.
We appeal to the leadership of this party to nullify whatever was done or in the name of elections within this constituency so that things can be done afresh, hearts can calm down, and then we can move on as a constituency. We want to save this party.
Known as Florida, the Bantama constituency is one of the sure bets for the NPP in every election, making 86.18% of votes in the area. Prince York aspires to be a polling station organizer at Bushen electoral area. Prior to the polling station election, he claims to have been attacked by some thugs in relation to the election.
The thugs knocked angrily on the door of the office when the officers were preparing for the elections the next morning. We inquired why they are making so much noise. They then attacked us, hitting me with a plastic chair.
It is alleged the same suspected thugs also disrupted the elections. Nana Buache is an aspiring constituency youth organizer.
So how the papers that were supposed to be used, I mean the forms that are supposed to be used in the elections are no more. And therefore we need to make another form. Some forms for other people so that we can start to vote again. Where are the forms? Where that's what I'm saying. These forms were stolen. So the guys stole the forms, sent the forms away, and we are ready, we are preparing other ones to do.
Meanwhile, another group has emerged claiming the NPP leadership in the constituency is manipulating the election in favor of their preferred candidates. Spokesperson Ebo Boyson has refuted claims this group disrupted the election with thugs. He is calling for nullification of results declared so far in the Bantama constituency.
Because what is happening in Bantama here, if K is not taken, I repeat, if K is not taken, Bantama will be a Bantam area. Thank you. So we are drawing the attention of our leaders that they should come to the aid of Bantama because they want to cheat Bantama. And if Bantama falls, the NPP will fall. Yeah. I repeat, Because NPP in Bantama is the heart of the party. And if the heart ceases to function, that means the party will soon die.
In the Ofoekrom constituency, a group is also kicking against a decision to retain all old executives. In a press statement, the concerned youth of Ofoekrom kicked against electoral area coordinators appointing polling station executives for newly created polling stations instead of an open contest. Similar incidents of imposition and discrepancies have been recorded in the Adanse Asuka constituency, as some persons are denied forms to contest the polls. In all the agitations, party members fear it could lead to disaffection towards the party, depriving them of the agenda to break the age. For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima reporting.
Well, so let's do some assessment of what's happening in the Ashanti region. Emmanuel Jemfi with the Ashanti Patriots movement. He's running us now via Zoom on this. Their group is actually a pro-party organization, and they've been concerned about the latest happenings there. Emmanuel, share with us what's exactly the concern of your movement in the Ashanti region, and what's your demand of the leadership of the New Patriotic Party?
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Emmanuel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm asking about
Right.
your concerns as a group.
Right, thank you very much. A very good afternoon to all your viewers. In fact, what is happening is seriously a shock to some of us. It's simply surprising. 21st century, 2022, I see some of these things happening. NPP, we tout ourselves as intellectual party. So if stuff like this happens, it turns out to be unbelievable. But what I feel in my sincerest mood, Ghana first, so in my sincerest mood, leadership is missing in the New Patriotic Party.
When you say leadership is missing in the New Patriotic Party, exactly what's the explanation to that? Because we know you have executives within the governing party.
Right. You are right in saying that. What I mean by leadership is missing is, before an important exercise like this is conducted, it is incumbent on any contemporary leader or leaders to research into possible threats or mishaps and proactively put austerity measures in place to curb them. More so, should any mishap occur, it is a trait of any competent leader to earnestly design a way of quickly addressing to avoid its escalation and possible repetitions in other jurisdictions. This particular thing happened, it started in Ejiso. It further went to Bantama and lots of other areas. You see, within the social media space, you see lots of agitations and chaos and quarrels and all that. So if there is leadership in the NPP, what stops them from sitting up, coming out to speak against some of these things and assuring the teaming party members that, hey, it is that anywhere due process is not followed, is whoever is elected as polling station executive is not going anywhere. If this is said or addressed by the party leadership, you see people calming down, people relaxing, and following due process. Because if at the end of the day I know if I should cheat, if I should disenfranchise people, if I should conduct polling station elections at 11 p.m. and the likes, and it's not going anywhere, why should I do it? It will be a cost 90 on my part to do it, so I wouldn't do it. And it will inure to the benefit of the party because there will be peace in the party. But you see, the reason why some people are in a hurry to do some of these things is simply because they feel they've not done any better work to be retained. And more so, if you investigate further into the crop of people they are elected, they are people who have no clue on leadership. Some of them are ignorant of leadership and all that, nation building and all that. They are trying to choose those who, excuse me to say, are uneducated, so that they feel if they give them some coins, they will vote for them. And it's pathetic for this country. What am I saying? NDC does it, NPP does it. And it puts the development of the nation in jeopardy. It is time we boldly come out to say that the foundation of every The foundation of every political party doing well in government stems from the crop of people they choose as police.
Okay, but the Ashanti region is of concern, obviously, to the New Patriotic Party. That's your base. That's the base of your political party. And just as we've seen in the report, some of your members are disgruntled and are warning that if Bantama goes down, the whole of the Ashanti region will go down, and the NPP may be at the losing end. What's the strategy for you and the recommendation you're putting out there for your party to consider in dealing with all of these grievances that we're hearing of?
Well, it's obvious. People are agitated. And until their concerns are addressed, you are either telling them to lay back or even join other political parties. That is why I put it as, from the beginning of my submission, that leadership is missing in the NPP. Leadership should come out and make everybody understand that wherever due process wasn't followed, that election is going to be considered null and void. It's not going to hold. When it happens that way, everybody will be relaxed, and then we try to follow due process. I come from Achumangwa North constituency. Similar happenings are going on there. People do not have a clue as to where forms are whatsoever. All they know is that the people have been selected from, let me say, the bedroom of the sitting MP. It's pathetic. And you want to win, you want to break the aid like this. It sounds funny. It sounds funny. Some of us, we have been speaking behind closed doors with leadership, those we are closer to, that, hey, the way we are going is very suicidal. NDC do not even need to campaign if you want to continue to tread this path. NDC wouldn't need to campaign. They will just win on a platter. You get the point? So it is incumbent on leadership to rise up and start rewriting all the wrongs we have been doing, not for this particular year, from time immemorial. We choose people who cannot even read writings on pin sheet and understand. We talk of interpreting. If we choose people like this to have the power to choose our leaders, it means you are choosing businessmen and women. No wonder they come to amass wealth. No wonder they come. That's why I wanted to bring NDC in. It is a problem for the nation. The crop of people we choose at the base, at the foundation level of our party structures, to lead a party at that level. They come because they are money-seeking people. They have no clue on leadership. So they don't know who makes a good leader. All that they are interested in is money. So the businessmen will come, give them the money, take up power, and then go there and then enrich themselves. And you see, Ghana will sink if we continue this way. That's why I wanted to bring NDC in, though NDC in, though we are talking about NPP. But for my party, which is the New Patriotic Party, I am asking leadership to rise up. Leadership is asleep. All these things, all these are classical cases that the center is failing to vote simply because and if you could, down to leadership.
If I could just make the point, this is just a precursor to the other elections that are set to happen in the coming days. And this month, for instance, we're expecting that the constituency reorganization process will start for the New Patriotic Party. What's your expectation? What are the lessons to pick from the polling station exercise? And what should the NPP be on the lookout for to avoid in the coming days for this one?
Right. Leadership should be proactive. Leadership should conduct research into the possible happenings, the threats, the mishaps that are likely to crop up in elections, particularly the constituency elections. And I'm tempted to say that the value is going to be this, because people are trying to push or force some polling station executives on us simply because they want them to be there to elect their constituency executives, who will go on to elect their regional executives, and then go on to elect their national executives, and then their flag bearer. And you see, once it happens like this, you don't need a prophet to tell you the end result. The end result is going to be people are going to slack, people are going to lay back, people are not going to vote. People are going to vote against you. Those who are very angry are going to vote against you. Right, but those who are just angry will just sit home and no vote. Right. And it wouldn't inure to the benefit of the party. And it is very urgent the party leadership rise up.
Right. And we'll be on the lookout for that. Emmanuel said with the Ashanti Patriots movement joining us on the concerns emerging from the Ashanti region with regard to the New Patriotic Party.